All right, Big Bang. Today is Wednesday. It's November 30th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Free swim here with the boys. I'm in HQ. We got the telethon here in an hour or so. It's myself. It's Glenny Balls. It's Marty Mush. And a very disturbed, a very irritated Tom Scabelli.
I did lowering the bar earlier. It was the gum, 60 million Scoville. It's fucked up my stomach real good. So I in and out of stomach pains tremendously. And I think I might have a cold as well.
You know, the last time they did the chip, that Frankie literally went home and had an ice cube in his asshole screaming mama?
Yeah.
And like that's just a true
collapsed
story.
Outside Penn Station.
What do you mean? Smitty collapsed outside of Penn Station?
Yeah.
Bro, he was fucking telling me like how good he was at the Spice because he ate it pretty decently with no reaction. They collapsed outside of Penn Station.
He said the same thing to me. He goes, "Oh, that wasn't so bad. I don't know what's everyone talking about." And then 5 minutes later, he went to go pick up lunch at Potbelly. I collapsed outside Penn Station. Wait, you're talking about today? Or?
No, I'm talking about
the
what do you mean
collapsed outside Penn Station?
Like fucking they needed a stretcher for him?
No, like the cops were like, "What's going on? Are you okay?" Like,
they
he was
all
like a crazy like.
They all came over to him thinking like I'm pretty sure like a homeless guy was like, "Are you all right, man?"
Really?
He was such a prancer around the office of how beta it was that if you got mad about it, I'm pretty good with hot shit. I didn't like cry over it. But he was telling me like, "Oh, boss, you can't handle this. You can't handle it." I didn't know he fucking fell in the street.
Low-key, you guys are obviously a very good trivia team. Low-key, great mesh of humans for your trivia team too. Like he's like such a hardo, and you guys are just.
You know what Jack McCarthy pointed out because we played them last time is he blatantly said when we finished that match, I did have a great game. It was my best game I've ever had. He said I think it was actually only 7th person ever to get 10 points in a game. No big deal.
I can't believe they didn't give you Player of the Week.
They didn't give me Player of the Week?
No.
What?
Large got it. Reegs maybe.
It's a witch hunt against me in that league. But either way, Jack McCarthy said at post-game thoughts, he just togoes, yeah, Glenny was on fire today, and Smitty tried to talk him out of every single answer he gave. That's like all he just talks us out of every answer we give. Like it was an answer about forgetting Sarah Marshall, and I just go Mila Kunis instantly, and he just goes, "You sure? Are you positive it's not someone else? You sure it's not Kristen Bell?" Or he said, "You sure it's not Kimberly Bell?"
We've gotten better at not talking each other out of answers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, I don't want somebody to see this, and because he's gonna come and be like, "Boss, what? We're not a good trivia unit anymore. You be final answer." He's gonna take it way too personal.
You know what the problem? Like my favorite Smitty story, just about trivia, is he begged us last year to do Jaws movie trivia. He begged to do Jaws, and I'm like, dude, one 2-hour movie. They could get pretty particular. What do you know? We're gonna get asked 2-hour movie. Like I love Entourage. I do Entourage 3 seasons. I'm not going to get asked what color shirt did Vince wear in season 2, episode 3. But Jaws, you can get pretty particular.
Let's also preface that Smitty was like, everybody knows I love Jaws. And we were like, Smitty, nobody knows that. What are you talking about?
I did like a Twitter search for his old tweets. He tweeted about Jaws like one time in 2018. Like it's not like me, like my dumb self tweeting about Billy Joel like once a week. He tweeted about Jaws one time 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he got the question wrong. Which, if you get it wrong, you just got to take your lumps. Like the next match, I made fun of him for getting Jaws wrong, and he got up and left the thing. I'm like, dude, if you force us to do Jaws that much, you got to fucking.
What are you gonna do?
You got to take the lumps if you take the L. But he's the captain of our team. We love Smitty.
Yeah, we're champions at the end.
I wouldn't trade him for the world.
Sure.
I can't wait to get my hat in the ring trivia.
You're coming in. You got a team?
January.
You have to take the hat off first.
The hat will come off anytime you want. That was good.
Do you have a team name yet?
That was good.
Team name? No. I'm really bad with names. You can make one up. You know the team.
I'm so bad at naming things.
Me too. So bad.
That's tough.
Team Hank?
You should just call it that. You should just call it
that. Would be pretty
You
good.
might as well. They were just giving a VIP tour around the office when we were saying.
Yeah, how many tweeted them at me?
Yeah, how many of those people there were? It was like the Barstool Sportsbook people were like, how many of those people do you think?
You know what? There should be like a technology of. It's
20
almost
out
like
of 21 of them.
Like a Black Mirror episode where you meet somebody in person. So you meet a stoolie at a bar, and like a little thing above their head shows a graphic of everything they've ever sent to you online. Like everything they've ever DM'd you or like tweeted at you or whatever, you just get to see right away. Or like imagine like you're a hot girl and you just like see all these creepy guys, everything they've ever messaged you the second you look at
you're
them.
big on that, right? If someone says something to you, you look at the direct messages and you're like, oh, you weren't saying that when you asked me for a job.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that like once to one guy.
Tommy does it sometimes. You do it sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I dabble in it.
There was, you fucking went in on this kid. What was it, 6 months ago?
Yeah, the Yankee fan. Yeah, I mean, he was asking for that for years.
That was one of the fucking...
He's been off Twitter ever since.
Has he really?
Yeah.
It was one of the... Did you see that?
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast.
I mean, Marty and Hubs knew of him.
I know him because he tweets crazy shit. Yeah, he
one of the biggest beheadings I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, he deserved every part of that.
We also said, too, before this show, how it would have been funny if we did like a major crossover. We just did 15 minutes of dog walk, 15 minutes of short porch, and 15 minutes of only stands on this. It would have been, and round ball, just a little round ball on there, too. It would have been great. It would have been a nice crossover. But, no, it's nice to have you guys on here.
No, it's nice to let someone have me on their podcast.
Why? You haven't been getting many appearances lately, Marty?
No.
Has it died down?
You're on the Dave Portnoy show that.
Yeah. I don't think I get enough credit for how many views that got. Probably the most you guys ever had.
I think it was.
Yeah. So
I think in the history
no one's talking about that.
The 101
Marty Mush moves the needle.
The 101 episodes, Marty. You were the
biggest one.
You were the biggest one.
Shout out me.
Why? What's going on? How has it died down?
Yeah, it's died down.
Yeah. Well, what about do you feel? Does it feel differently in here? Or does it?
No, I mean, people reach out privately, whatever they want to do. I'm completely good now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since it happened.
Is there a lot of people though here that still kind of give you the cold shoulder though, or is there a select few? I should say.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think it's all been pretty good. These guys might. Well, I don't know.
I give them the cold shoulder sometimes.
You do?
Yeah. We were at a stream on Sunday. I walked right past.
Glenn's the meanest friend you could have.
Really?
I joke around. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not serious.
He said he treats his best friends.
I do. I'm the meanest to my best friends. Yeah.
What do you think about it, Glenn?
About what?
About him?
I think he's a good guy.
Yeah. Well,
that's nice.
He's got 2 months left, right?
Yeah. I mean,
oh my God, what are we doing?
We've been friends for a few years now, and if only 2 more months what we got, 2 more months what we got.
Yeah, it's a joke.
I straight up don't talk to people who don't work at Barstool. So if you're out of here, sorry.
Sorry, pal. No, I'm just fucking around. Before we do get started, though, I do want to talk about our friends at Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Created by fans for fans, Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. If you haven't given Game Time a shot yet, we don't know what you're waiting for. You guys are going to love this app. You've had tons of Barstool fans using it, hitting us up on social about the great deals they're getting. Have you guys been to any games using the Game Time app?
So many.
Going to Duke, Iowa. On December 6th through Game Time. I got 20% off already.
MSG?
Yep, at MSG. It's going to be awesome. It's the best ticket app ever.
Dude, Game Time probably, you were there with me. Game Time probably brought me to my favorite event I've ever been to in my life. Rangers Penguins Game 7 last year.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a fantastic time, so shout out Game Time for that.
Awesome.
And we had a great time. My shirt was off after the game-winning goal. It was amazing. Game Time is life-saving.
Yankee playoff tickets. I showed it to a friend who he doesn't really follow Barstool much, and now we just use it for concert tickets. Also.
Yeah.
It shows all bands in the
I've
area.
gone Billy Joel Game Time. They're fantastic for Joel as well.
It's a blast. It's a great spot to go. Download the Game Time app. Go to the account tab to create a login and redeem code DOGWALK for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Download Game Time last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
We'll lose them, man.
Who?
I may have to dip out.
I'm going to get you some milk.
Why? What's wrong? Is your stomach hurt that bad?
Yeah, it really does.
Because you had cookout?
No.
I do got to say, 16 million Scoville units that's
absurd.
That's what the gum was?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the top.
What's her
peppers are
name?
3-4 million.
Caroline, I mean, was it spoilers? Well, this might be out by the time. Caroline's lips were it looked like she did the Kylie Jenner challenge. Her lips were blown up. She had allergic reaction.
Did you guys test
Felt
that?
bad
Colin is the producer. Did you guys test this?
A lot of people had problems.
I don't know. Who was the first? Oh, Caroline was the first one to go, and then she went to the bathroom after. She was in there for probably 40 minutes, and I finally saw her come out. And yeah, it was bad. Like Eddie said, lips blown up, red under her eyes. She did the Frankie, touched her eyes and shit like that. So she went home.
No
she
good.
was not doing well.
Dude, lowering the bar is no joke.
Dude, that shit really is no joke. I was chopping up a jalapeno last week, and it gets you if you touch your eye. I may have touched something else.
Is lowering the bar?
You feel it. And you feel it. Even a jalapeno. Yeah, I'm watching TV. And I felt it. It was an hour after I cut the jalapenos.
Not the 11 o'clock.
Not the 11:45.
What's the worst lowering the bar that you've done?
Probably the hot chip, but this is getting up there. It's
Yeah.
the same pain. It's
He doesn't
the
ask
same
me
stomach pain.
for that anymore because I can't eat.
Oh my god! I really might have to leave.
I can't do-
This is unbearable.
I can't do buffalo sauce. That's how much of a pussy I am.
Oh,
with hot
really?
stuff. I can't. Like, that will actually like put me in the hospital, I think.
What's it feel like? You're gonna have to play goalie here in fucking an hour. You're gonna be
Shot.
fucked.
It's just like it's not like pushing against my stomach. It's
Oh
just,
no, the small intestine or the big intestine?
I don't fucking know.
Mincy though was like, I got a big dinner tonight.
Yeah.
I've been shitting. My asshole's been on fire all day.
It's very-
I wish I could shit it out more.
It's very fun to see how different people react to the spice. There are some
spicy,
people
yeah.
I've seen that eat it, and it is the chip and don't even move.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
there's people
yeah.
that die. It's very fun to
That's
see.
true. You know, I did want to bring up too. Speaking of game time, I would want to get into this beers travel series here.
Yeah.
I wanted to get him on, but apparently he's not here today. But this thing is. How was it?
It was a lot of fun. I've always, my favorite thing to do is to go to colleges. I love college football. I'm from New York, so I never got to experience really college football stuff. And I've always loved college football, so it was very fun to go see the schools, see the traditions and all that shit. It was just the videos were, it was awkward for me because it was like Dana's series. And we got so lucky. We got so many field storms that I felt bad, like trying to interject the videos. And then he just ran on the field and stormed everything. And also the jumping down to get on the field is very scary.
I respected that out of you. That you didn't like. You saw when the Tennessee one, Texas
Tech.
the Texas Tech one. You saw how much the drop was, and you were like, "I'm not jumping."
It was so long.
I was like, "Where were you in the videos?" I wasn't jumping that.
No,
But I
it was
respect that. You
legitimately
know.
like a 7-foot drop probably. And then you also have to realize we're 20 rows up the field, so it's just a stampede of people going. And
Dude.
like, I might die if I do this jump.
Dude, how are there not more reported injuries
So
on
I
court
have
stormings and shit like
stormed
that?
Like,
one
Sorry,
court.
seriously.
I'll be back. Maybe.
I stormed the
I'm
court.
All right, if not, hey, tap in Rico if anything too, okay? All right.
I
Fucking Scabelli, man.
I stormed one court. It was Wisconsin's, and it was probably the scariest thing I've ever done. I really has.
I mean, you were also courtside. Like, this was
And
literally...
I was courtside, yeah. But like, when you're in there, you can't leave, bro. You can't do anything. It's hot as fuck, and especially indoor. I don't know. It's scary.
So the two other times we did it, though, I mean, it is absurd. We went on a little college tour to 5-6 schools, and we got 3 field storms. Texas Tech beat Texas, LSU beat Bama, and fucking South Carolina beat Tennessee. And so...
What was the second one? Sorry.
LSU beat Bama.
Okay, yeah.
LSU and Bama, thank God, they don't have the
They don't have to drop.
elevation, so you can just walk right on. But Dana, of course, I mean, he's very into getting his video, which he should be, obviously. He scaled down a railing to get down there quicker. I was like, dude, I can't do that.
You're all about safety first.
Well,
You are.
no, legitimately, like it was a railing going down, and Dana almost climbed
And
on
I
the railing to
agree.
get down there.
We're too
And then I
old
got down
for
there
that.
like 5 minutes later, and then luckily just 2 weeks ago at South Carolina, there were these great stories, super nice guys. If you guys are somehow watching this, I don't know if you're Chicago guys. Either way, they were sweethearts, and they walked down with me, and they were like, look, I jumped down. He was like, all right, come on, we got you. And I jumped down, and that one was a big drop, and it's scary.
Well, could you imagine if poor Ballsy jumps down, fucking
No,
turns an ankle, and he's just laying there holding his ankle? That becomes the focal point of the video.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
respect
legit.
that.
Like there were real drops.
I want to say
real drops.
I believe you.
something about Dana because I know him the best. I would say this man, he loves attention. So this was like his dream. This is his dream series. I'll give him credit. He's good at like starting something on accident and then just making it into like he's good at being persistent with it, but then somehow fucking it up at the end. Which like everyone was upset with his choice in Cincinnati, which South Carolina was a pick. I don't care what anyone says. South Carolina was just a pick. And then of course Cincinnati has been downhill ever since he picked them. But I think that Jesus
I don't know what
Christ,
just came in my mouth. I'm sorry.
happening on this podcast? Being there with Dana, how was he like with the
Listen,
attention?
I love Dana. I'm very happy that he brought me on this trip. We had a great time. He definitely picked Cincinnati because they treated him the best. No two ways around it. He definitely did.
But that's kind of what it was, though, right? It's like a wine and dine, like. Right?
They wine and dined
He also
us.
didn't realize
they were
that
awesome.
he basically milked all these schools for merch and all this stuff, and then he was like, "Why does everyone hate me now?" It's you just
Do they hate him though? I haven't been following that
Yeah,
closely.
they
they
definitely.
don't like
There he is,
him
Mr. Bosco.
Texas Tech
hop on in.
Texas Tech does not love him.
because they gave him a lot of merch and shit. Like
Now, who like the kids don't like him or the
Kids.
fucking?
I've been seeing a lot of people with those
Fuck, I
cactuses.
wish he was here.
They all wear the cacti on their emojis when they tweeted him, and it's a lot of people tweeting at him. But I mean, I think he's fine. Cincinnati's a great pick.
Do you think he made the right choice?
Yeah.
No, you think so, Bosco?
Not really.
No.
But I think this.
I think he made a good pick.
But think about this.
Yes.
Like,
I do think the Big 12, I asked the question the other day, who's the premier program in the Big 12 as far as football now that you're like chasing? So in the SEC, you're chasing Alabama. But with Oklahoma and Texas gone, who is like, if you had to rank them year after year, the team to chase in the Big 12?
Now Bosco's in here and getting all sports serious.
No, it's not like, so to that point, Cincy can be in the mix. I guess.
I don't think Dana's chasing a
And
national
only if you're
title
looking,
with
you
this
know,
total.
no, yeah, if you're chasing conference
No,
titles, then
what
that's
he-
a fun run. Then.
what I think he did right is that he picked, like, think of Brandon Walker, Mississippi State. No one cares about Mississippi State, but Brandon Walker's the face of Mississippi State because he's the one notable guy that went there.
That's what you want.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So if he picked Michigan State, they're never going to give a fuck about him.
Yeah, I think like Cincy, he can get gassed up for that, like a playoff
Yeah.
berth last year.
They'll take him with open arms every time, being like, "Oh yeah, come to our school.
Yeah.
We'll do
And let
whatever
me
you
tell
want."
you, people hear Cincinnati, they think it's gross. I went to Cincinnati for the first time in my life. I went like 10 years ago to a Giants-Bengals game.
No,
I got
Cincinnati's
fucking
cool.
destroyed. But it was so different now. I went last year for a shoot with Pac-Man Jones. It was awesome.
Was
the
that
city
on like
itself,
a Tuesday?
The city, yeah, it was on a Wednesday.
Oh.
The city itself was great. There's a tin roof there. Shout out Tin Roof. And now we went with Dana for the college stuff, so we were like the college area. It was fucking beautiful.
I don't
Yeah.
think a lot
It
of
was
cities get
beautiful.
run down anymore. If I had to really get like marquee
was-
cities like that, you know, like
The frat houses,
Cincinnati, fucking.
The frat house is gorgeous. The campus gorgeous. Like the college area where all the bars we had to go to were gorgeous. It was very nice.
I can't speak on the campus, but I just know.
Of the ones we went to, the best game day experiences was Cincinnati too, and then there's no comparing. It wasn't on a list. We just went to go. I don't even know why we went, but LSU it's another level. It's
yeah,
another
yeah,
world.
yeah. But that wasn't even on the list, right?
No, but we went and it was insane. It's another world, LSU.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Well, Bourbon Street has no laws.
That place is. I'll never go back to Bourbon Street.
Why not?
It's too crazy.
I'm good on Bourbon Street too.
Like it's just too much. Like
You
it's
don't wanna
cool
go
to
back?
see. Too much.
I do want to go back. So I went. Only time I ever went was me and my friends. Oddly had a wedding in Baton Rouge in June, and we went Wednesday, Thursday, New Orleans, Friday, Saturday, Baton Rouge for the wedding. So we did go on a Wednesday, Thursday, but the vibe I instantly got was just that Bourbon Street is just a shittier Broadway in Nashville, and Nashville's half the distance to me. So why would I ever go to Broadway? Why would I ever go to Bourbon when I have Nashville Broadway half the distance? But I do want to give it one more shot on like a weekend.
Is it really only half the distance?
New Orleans is on the Gulf of Mexico.
I'm so bad at
Tennessee
fucking
is it's
travel
pretty
like
much about
that.
half the distance, I'd say. Yeah.
See, dude, I'm kind of like over Broadway.
I don't really even go to Broadway much when I go to
Broadway's asses to elbows, dude. You can't
That's what I'm saying.
fucking
I'm done with
move,
it.
man.
I'm done with
Broadway.
those.
I only go to Broadway when I'm like fucked up at like 12:31. That's when I go to Broadway. I'm not
Broadway
on
during
Broadway.
Broadway during the day is great.
I'm not on
Yeah.
Broadway from like 9
could see
to
That
Yeah.
night
9
though,
to
it's
midnight.
it's too.
You never been?
Never been to Nashville, no.
Yeah.
Good city.
It's
You wouldn't.
a good
you
city.
wouldn't
Yeah.
like you don't want to do that anymore either. This asses to elbows. It's too much.
Yeah, it's fucking crowded, dude. It's very crowded.
I was there a month ago or so. I went to the Predators game. Leaving the Predators game at like 10 o'clock on Broadway. We attempted to go to a bar. I was like, this was the most people I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
It looked like, remember when they hosted the draft? It looked like the draft.
That was hilarious with the
Oh, really?
with
And
the
the-
bridal parties.
Yeah, and the
So
street's
pissed.
not blocked off.
It is. Weekend
Oh, now.
nights they block it.
Oh, they do now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know they started
Weekend
doing
nights is
that.
done.
Kind of have. I think you have to.
Yeah, it comes with its own string of issues, though. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, also, we're getting a bar there, so I mean that should be.
Our
good.
bar's also in a perfect location.
Yeah,
So
so
that's
that's spot.
It is in a beautiful,
fucking huge, too.
It's a block off Broadway, right on the river. It is perfect.
Really?
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a great.
gonna
be a great Texans pregame stop.
The way that they
spot.
lay that out is high end shit. It stands out in Philly because I don't think Philly has anything high end like that.
My
I don't
friend,
even want to I don't want to say high end like it's, but I mean it's nice. It's just nice.
my friend lives in Philly. He says a line. There's always a line every
At the
weekend.
Barstool bar.
Mhm.
That's good.
That's good.
And like I guess speaking on Bourbon Street, like I only went for like frat formals and stuff like that, and it's great if you're going with a group of guys.
President
Great,
Ed.
great. President Ed.
President
The
Ed.
king.
You got it.
Verb, I got to try it again. I went on a Wednesday, Thursday in the summer. I would like to go for like a Saints game or something.
Yeah, that'd be like, and
And
you're
Friday,
like,
Saturday, Sunday Saints game.
were you alone?
No, I was with my friends.
Oh, you were?
It was
Okay.
it was fun. It was just, the whole time I'm just sitting there being like I could just be in Nashville instead of here.
I was there with people who were there before, and they were like, "Yeah, it's a little seedy down that way." Like,
Yeah,
Well, me and
that's true,
Rico,
too.
me and Rico went for the Final Four. Rico was loving it. You were working any college coach. You were. I remember I saw you at the top. No, you loved it. It was great.
But I also will
had a
say
lot of
I've always like been infatuated with the city culture of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like I love like Cajun food and shit. I love so I want to go and explore the city more. I mean, the city seems amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to spend like time in the actual city of New Orleans, but like Turkey and the Wolf, fucking Toops' Meadery, Blue Oak Barbecue. There's great
A lot of
restaurants down
culture.
there.
They had some.
Yeah, that's what I'm
they
saying.
had a lot of Glenny like museums. I went for a walk on Monday, the day of the championship game, like early, and like it was like museums. There's like boutique shops. Like
I didn't get to really enjoy the city.
I'm not saying like I'm fucking going there for that, but like you can't help but notice that there's something for everybody in the city. I also like that you can walk. When we left the arena, and the fact that you just like everybody, it's just a walking city. That's pretty. Boston's very much like that.
And final thing I will say about New Orleans, probably truly a top 10 experience in my life. We actually just went on one with Dana, and it was fucking horrendous. But the one me and my friends went in June, I guess, is more in season. That Thursday day, we did took all day, but we did a gator tour. Phenomenal experience. Phenomenal. You just get on an airboat in the backwoods of Louisiana with like basically Coach O is the guy who drives, and then you bring a cooler, you hang out, you drink, and you just go out to the bayou, stop your airboat, gators. Then within a minute, you see just 5 eyes staring at you, and they all come to the airboat. The guy just feeds them marshmallows, and he knows all them. So they'll put like an arm up on the boat, pet him. It's crazy. Even though I'm a pussy, and it was awesome.
I don't want that.
Do we take for granted?
I
how
think I
crazy
would
this
fuck.
country is?
Sorry, Jerry. I think I would. Glenny. I think I would fuck that up by petting it but freaking out, and the thing would then get spooked and bite you.
But the instructor,
oh,
guy,
you don't get it.
They know them because they see them every day and they feed them, so the gators know who they are.
Yeah.
So he'll pet it, but it was truly.
Bro,
It was one of the more cool experiences I've ever done.
I would rather, no joke, if it was in my apartment, I'd rather a wolf in my apartment than any rodent.
A what?
I'm talking about alligators.
I know, but I'd rather an alligator too. I'd rather a legit wolf in my apartment than like a skunk or a rat or something. Because I know it's death between me and the wolf. It's just me and him. That skunk has so many different powers, and little bastard, I 100% would rather that.
You know, there was did you ever see the story of the guy who had a gator up in Harlem?
No.
People have had everything in Harlem.
Dude.
One guy had a tiger.
That was it. That was it. Sorry.
tiger.
Yeah, the
Sorry,
tiger in
tiger.
Harlem, dude.
How do you get it in?
That's
Dude,
sick.
it's crazy. There was a 420. It was the Ming of Harlem, bro. Look it up. The guy had a 425-pound tiger up in Harlem, and he also had a gator up there. There's a
He had a
picture
gator
of it
up
too.
there with it?
Yes, look at that picture of the MIPD
Holy
scaler in that fucking
shit.
house in Harlem, bro.
You can't have that in a
It's
house,
crazy,
in an
dude.
apartment.
It's
I mean, he honestly
insane.
had to probably get it as a cub, and then just it grew up in the apartment, which is kind of sad to think about. But
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's honestly nuts. But no, dude, this country's crazy. If you really think
Yeah,
about it,
it's nuts,
how you can
bro.
just fight on there. There's those gators. You go to the West Coast, they
You
got
see
these
that
nice
snake
beaches.
that ate a gator?
The
Yes.
snake
Yeah,
ate
I
a
blogged
gator.
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
even,
I saw it.
fucking
It was
bonkers.
fucking
one of the
crazy.
cool things I've seen West Coast, when we did Pebble Beach for the Dave, when he did Dave versus Pebble Beach, me and Ev were the ball boys. There's just fucking like huge seals just hanging out on that beach out there. The beach is just filled with seals. Like,
Wow.
But then
fat
there's
ones.
still people who live in
cool.
one stoplight towns and are like
Yeah.
okay with it.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
All they got
was
is a
the
fucking
craziest-
subway, bro.
What?
All they got is a subway.
That's one thing I've learned on my
wild.
travels. Is like everyone, like America's Deli is Subway.
Oh, dude, totally. They got like
America's Pizza is Domino's.
Bro, West
it's
Virginia, when
crazy.
we went there for the Jerry's fight, like we're getting an Uber and they're like talking to a guy. He's like, yeah, just see some places blow up from like meth places, but like that's like all we do here. It's just they don't leave. I was like, why don't you leave then? You know, he's like, I don't know. It's just like our family lives here and that's just what you do. I'm like, but you know that's all. There's better stuff out there.
I don't think they do. Not
don't
that
think
there's
they
anything
really-
wrong with that. I respect people.
No,
that
I
fucking
think I
hang
almost
out
like
at
that
home
too. It's
with their
like,
family.
Just know what you
it's
know
the
how
comfort,
it is.
right? It's the
Yeah,
comfort.
comfort. You
It's
don't
like,
wanna-
yeah, it's just like, yeah, all right. Like, that's
Because
there for
imagine
me.
them coming here to New York. It's just like, that's just
Dude, it's
too
fucking
much.
hard, man. Dude, isn't it like, it's hard to get an apartment here, isn't it?
Dude,
Never tried.
and no one should live here.
But isn't it crazy, though?
Yeah.
Like, isn't it like
Yeah.
you got to get
Well,
like
do
a
you, I mean, not to go dark, but like, do you think most homeless people are from where they're from,
No.
or that they ended up like
No, I think they.
it's like a
travel.
dispatch thing, or they took a job that's the wrong fucking. Like, I don't think they're all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just an interesting. I'm not again like it's just an interesting thing of like people being displaced, people kind of fucking.
I don't.
finding their own birds in the flight. It's
I
crazy.
meant to. This has nothing to do with stuff. I meant to commend Danny on his take on your podcast. That only reason we have Christmas and Thanksgiving so we don't kill ourselves. That is one of the
winter?
craziest. If there was nothing to look forward to in the winter, it's the darkest time ever. It's a good point he made, and you know it.
Why wouldn't you spread them out then, though?
Because think about it, you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, you have all that, and it's really just January.
Well, they got to do
February.
something for January.
But January, February is the war. I mean, I literally texted my friends last night. I was saying, we should arrange maybe going to AC, do a little blackjack trip with the boys.
Yeah.
And then I instantly sent that text and I said, you know what? It's too early. You got to save the blackjack trips for January, February.
When you got when
you got nothing to do, just go to the casino.
Because football's ending, you're like, oh fuck, and after that, and then but at least like we have March Madness in March to look forward to.
Oh yeah.
No, I wouldn't say we, but
Can you give me one real take on it? We're in a safe space.
illegal.
Or do you?
Illegal.
We're in a safe space.
What are we
Do you
talking
miss-
about right now? I
Do you
haven't kept
college
up.
basketball?
Okay.
Do you miss like talking about college basketball? Be honest with me.
No, it's like
Come on, we're in a safe space.
it's like if you were a murderer and then like, well, do you miss murder? Well, I can't do it anymore.
Come
Just
on.
got it in my
Safe
past.
Wait, you're not talking college basketball? this
Illegal.
year? Why?
He's
Illegal.
allowed to. They said that
Follow
it
the
doesn't
news?
do well.
Illegal. Illegal.
But can you just be honest with me for a second? Do you miss it at all?
No, it's like I told you, it's like murder.
I can't
Can't
get
go
it out of
back.
him.
And you were a
He
college
misses it.
basketball guy.
Like Moonlight Graham. Oh my God, you can't go back. You can't go back.
I invited him to be on Round Ball. You knew that?
Did you?
First, I said, well, I want Rico on, and then
He kind of
I
went.
invited Rico on.
He made a face when you said that. So.
I invited him on. But
Got an
then
itch.
I explained it. Bench Mob it was still around, and then him and Jake were gonna like figure it out because there was still a sponsor or whatever. And then I think Jake pulled out, and it went
You guys got any kind of beef or no?
me and Rico.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
We shouldn't.
There were two horses. One pulled away. The other one's getting shot.
No, the other horse can still
No.
The other horse can
This is
still
what it is.
ride. You
It's all right,
just
we were
take
talking
things-
winter.
You
I'm
take
gonna
things
hijack
so
it.
you guys take things. You take it too literal. You
I
can
think
join my podcast.
Glenny,
anytime.
I think Easter should be a bigger look ahead.
Yeah, see, he can't do it.
Because think about it, like that's the like
You got Holy
spring.
Thursday. You got
Yeah.
Good Friday. You got
Not
Holy
everyone's
Saturday.
fucking Catholic, though.
What?
Not everyone's Catholic.
No, but all right, for the Catholics, Easter should be a good look ahead.
I don't look ahead
They-
to Easter.
Easter's the worst holiday there is.
But think about it, you just got through. All right, let's say it's March 28th.
Easter's
You
way
just
too
got
far,
through
too.
January.
I mean, Rico.
I think no. I'm not saying
I'm
it's
a fourth grader at my Catholic high school. I mean, at my Catholic school, and I'm getting the week off. Then yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But outside of that, what about?
But even as an adult,
what am I?
dude, that's when it
what
starts.
is March
I always
Madness
feel
starting? Like, oh, here comes Easter.
I always feel like Easter's when it swings.
But
you start
Easter-
getting golf shirts back.
But Easter's also bullshit because sometimes it's in March.
And also,
you're
if
like, what the fuck?
If you're going to talk about holidays being too close, you got to talk about New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I mean, granted, I'm not talking about going out, but I'm saying there's still big games on those days, and you do get days off. So
New Year's Eve is the worst thing ever. But
I don't disagree, but I'm saying in the Pantheon, you do get days
yeah,
off.
they
and
got
there
to
are
do something.
there
Well,
are
the
big
Super Bowl,
sporting
the
events,
Super
so they do
Bowl
count.
being, they should
Right?
just adopt.
They do.
Super
New
Bowl
Year's
being
Eve together.
President's Day weekend is gonna be a
What?
bigger deal.
New Year's Eve though is by far the worst.
You've
holiday.
been to the ball drop, dude. You went to Times
I've
Square.
never been to Times Square.
No, none of you guys.
I heard it cleans out
Last year was the first
in
time.
a half hour, if you could believe that. All those people gone. 12,
half
15,
hour?
12:30. Somehow they go somewhere.
Really?
They
The worst
disperse out
part
of there that
is
quick.
that
That
you
makes
have
sense. They're
to-
probably losers now. They've been sitting there for 10 hours to maybe get on TV. They're
No,
probably
I just
right
meant
home.
the schematics of getting out of like that many people getting out
I
of it.
just think that you being felt to be like a loser if you don't do anything is the worst. Like you will feel like you have to do something on New Year's Eve.
I think last year was the first. We spent it together. It was the first time
We
I've ever
did.
spent the New Year's Eve
We
had
did.
in my
Oh,
life.
we
Yeah.
did celebrate together.
I don't remember what we even did. No, we went to that party, and then I don't even know what we did after. Maybe we just called it. I think I'm retired from New Year's Eve. I don't know.
That's
I had
it?
COVID during
You know
New
what's
Year's Eve
coming
2 years
up?
ago. And frankly, it was awesome.
You know what's coming up that I like? The bars around Christmas. I think I tweeted this a couple like there's a different buzz around Christmas, and there's like this underground scene kind of on Staten Island that they'll have like staff parties. So like you got to get like invited to the staff party. So it's like, and somebody will open it up from like 12 to 4, or let's say 3 to 7. And then the regular crowd comes in. So like regular people are coming in, you're there. Like, I don't know. There's just something to like Saturdays and Sundays around Christmas parties. Or like you go with your friends, do a Kris Kringle, and everybody goes out. You know, now SantaCon is totally fucking overrated. I've told my story about that. You ever heard this, Glenny?
I'd love to hear
I was with a guy who watched the first SantaCon ever happen. He was at Metro 53.
That's Rico in itself right there.
He was at Metro 53. He was DJing. And they told him, come in for a double. He shows up at 5 o'clock. Nobody in the joint. He's playing like Dave Matthews. One Santa comes around the corner. Another Santa comes around the corner. He's like, oh. He's like, this looks like something. Next thing you know, it's like 500 Santas in the place. They hand him a CD. They're like, play this. It's like all like Euro trans. They're doing lines off the fucking table. And then out of nowhere, you just hear on the CD, Santa's on the move. Santa's on the move. Now it's time to go to the next place. It looks like a fucking bomb went off at 8 o'clock. People like girls putting their clothes on. It's like a bomb scene. He said he's convinced that was the original SantaCon, and then it got mainstream. He always wanted to go when it was underground, and then it got way too mainstream.
SantaCon is awful.
Yeah, I did it maybe 2 or 3 times. It's
No,
too many people. It's
no
too much.
chance.
Too much.
I'm completely at the point where I'd rather a good dinner going out.
I do love the idea of everybody coordinated dressed as Santa. I don't know.
I'd rather coordinate dressing as something else.
Am I the only one though around the bar? Like Christmas parties?
I agree
Week
that-
of Christmas, like what's Christmas on this year? Sunday. So like Thursday the 22nd, like everybody's off the 23rd.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
I don't
they're
know. I just
nice.
feel like
They're
that
nice,
week and stuff, especially you know
Good vibes.
Yeah,
when
they're
we're young
good.
and shit.
Got
You
the
can go out.
decorations up.
I don't think it's.
I mean, me and my friends like 2-3 years ago, I think we did. It was the December 2019 before COVID. We did. We tried to do. We only got to like 10 because we got into fights with each other. But we tried to do like
What happened?
I think we just my 2 best friends get really drunk. They love each other so much they like get into fights over how much they
His
love each
friend
other.
group is wild.
No, we're great guys. What do you mean?
No, they're great guys. We all hate each other too.
No, we love each. Yeah, we literally we argue. We're arguing this morning. Like we yell at each other because we don't see each other enough.
Oh yeah.
Like my buddy just got off an
That's
awesome
life.
vacation with his
That's-
girlfriend. That they were in LA. They went to Vegas, and I was like, dude, I haven't seen you in fucking a long time. When am I going to see you?
When do you-
Pandemic
fight
fucked
about
things
it.
up too.
But
Thanks a lot, Joey
Yeah,
B.
we try to do like a 10 bar like a 12 days of Christmas pub crawl, like 12 beers, 12 bars, and it was pleasant. We did it out here in Manhattan. All the bars are very nice around Christmas.
Dude, do that. Is there you got a lot of dive bars in Long Island?
Oh, there's
Bro,
that's what
you-
it's run on.
You gotta hit
It's like Irish dive bars.
Yep.
hit those.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
Those are the best.
To meet up with your friends, like for that
Yeah.
one time when you're all home, is a perfect time for those
Yeah,
dive bars.
that's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm doing a
blogged
lot.
it too. Unfortunately, it was when my buddy died. It was like I realized, like you may not remember like the last time you saw somebody. So like staying in touch is hard, but you have to set days, no matter what. So you got to do like, all right, every Good Friday we're going out, you know, or the same thing like the Saturday before Christmas, like first weekend of the
You
tournament.
know what it's
like,
become though? It's become like basically you like your fantasy draft. That's when you have to make sure you all see your buddies.
Yeah, but even then,
Yeah.
it's moving. Like I'm just saying, set days. It's easy to set it around sports things too. Like, all right, hey, for the Final Four, we're all going to Glenny's house. You know, like this way, there's no questions of
gotta
we'll win
do.
it.
You gotta set
Just-
it up. You gotta set it up before you get married too. Like this is like we always do this.
Yeah.
You gotta do
Yup,
this.
my
Because
dad-
then it's
It's really sad what we're
grandfathered
talking
in.
about,
Because it's
but-
like, oh, it's cute. Like she comes along or whatever. Like
My dad
she
said
knows
the-
enough, and then it's like,
Cherish your friends, people.
You need a friend like Glenn though. Like you need someone being like, what the fuck? We need to like.
Oh,
you
well,
need
I
the
said
one
that too.
showing-
Being a
'cause I have a lot
pain-
of friends that won't say a word.
being
for
a
while.
pain in the ass is you definitely get like, I'm sure there's like separate text instead of the group text being like, you believe this? Rico's fucking harassing us again. But let me tell you something. When you fucking, go through it and then real soon it disappears. Like we went up to homecoming every year and then all of a sudden it just like it got little less and less and less and all of a sudden it just goes.
That's a
And then
cry,
nobody
sad.
ever reached out after.
Sad.
Like nobody, it was like, well,
Yeah,
that was
there's no taking 1 year off.
No,
no,
one
but
day
what
I'll
I'm
never
saying is
come
that's
back.
your year. Like you were the guy, so no one else is gonna like jump into that role,
Yeah.
and it just goes away.
This is
That's what
such an
happens.
old guy conversation.
It is. But
Yeah.
it's sad.
is.
The only time I go out is on the road.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
you're right.
I'm
No,
just
my
sad.
my daddy hosts the Monday college basketball championship for 38 years straight
That's awesome.
with his buddies.
You need that.
That's
though.
My dad just went to the
It's like
place
if
across the
you-
street every Tuesday before Thanksgiving because it ain't moving.
It's like if
Like,
you
that's the
don't
day,
go
know?
to that, you know you're going to be shit talked in your friend group, and it's like you have
Yeah,
to
but
go.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You shouldn't want to not. You shouldn't want to not go because you don't want to be shit talked. You should want to go because you want to hang out with your fucking friends.
You're
and if
right.
you don't want to go because of that, I don't fucking want you there.
Yeah, but people do have it's hard to get out of things sometimes. But I understand what you mean.
Well, no, I get that too. If it becomes a hassle, then don't go.
There's
you know
a few
what
of my
I mean?
pals that I could tell by the way they respond they don't want to come. And if you don't want to come, I'd rather you not
It's
come
different,
than
though.
you feel bad and just come because I want you to go.
Yeah, or even the same thing, like how you'd organize homecoming. You'd be like, well, the people would be like, who's coming? Who, if they were like on the outskirts of the friend group, I'm like, anybody. Like then you bring your group. You know what I'm saying? Like bring
It's different though.
Is
Me
what
and
it
Glenny,
is.
2 single guys, and obviously Marty, very public relationship.
Yeah.
Glenny's and Rico's got oblos, and but
I get that. I'm just saying I have a few of my friends now that I don't want to beg you to come. I just
Yeah.
want to remind
Yeah,
you.
but you
I
gotta
just want to remind you
realize
this is the day.
when you-
if you think being with your friends, seeing your friends is worth it, then you should come. If not, stay home.
Yeah, you know what I learned, Glenny? Like you be the guy who's a pain in the ass, and then after a while, if they don't go for 4 or 5 years, then you just don't send the text because at that point it's like, all right, well, I don't want to
And let me
infringe.
tell you, when you stop sending the text,
They-
nothing sets them off more. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck? When it's like, hey, dude, at some point, I'm just going to stop extending the offer.
Yeah, I don't want
That's
to.
what they realize.
I don't want to
Yeah.
offend you. Yeah, it's like it's one of those. I don't want to. I think I do a great job of staying in touch with people. Like, I
It's
just had a
hard to keep
conversation
in
with a guy.
touch with a lot of people.
What?
It's hard to keep
Well,
in touch with a lot
I
of
do
people.
think we're
But I think
lucky
it's just
enough
easy to put
now.
your head on the pillow because then at that point you're like, well, I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah, that's also true.
So like after a while, if they don't reach out
you
to you,
want,
it's
you don't
like-
want to be the guy that
Phone works two ways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sad now. I don't like
That's
thinking about not having friends.
real-
Where am I going to go to Thanksgiving in 20 years?
How old do you know, Balls?
26.
You're coming to
26?
mine.
Bro, I couldn't believe Dana turned 3-0, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
You're only 26, Glenny.
I just turned 26 in August.
Yeah.
You turned the
wife
big
up one of these
big
OnlyFans
3-0.
I'm no good.
How was the OnlyFans show going?
I think pretty well. I don't really know.
It's been a while since
Don't
you started
ask.
strutting one in. I've noticed, but I haven't been here.
Well,
in 3
I've had
weeks,
so I was so scared with Sunday Conversation. I travel so much. I was like, oh, I gotta fucking stack these queens. But I had 2 in last week, and I think 2 in maybe 3 weeks before that. We'll have a few more come in soon.
Fat Joe thing was very funny.
You know, a lot of my friends hated the Fat Joe one. I thought it was
Oh,
alright.
really?
That was good.
I thought Caleb asking him how it feels being the head of a terrorist organization was very funny.
He
That I
even-
left out
that's
loud. I didn't
very
expect
funny.
that because, and just Fat Joe's he's a New York legend. The guy's just a legend.
yeah.
There's no way around.
What do you think is the best one of all time?
There's one of his that's sick. That
Best
now-
one of all time?
Or is it Big
Kodak
Pun?
Black.
Yeah.
Favorite? Aaron Rodgers.
Kodak Black.
Oh,
is
I thought you were
definitely-
talking Fat Joe songs.
No, lean back.
Fat Joe was on Lean Back, right?
It's Fizz.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
I'll make it right.
I was real quick. This weekend I was at my brother's house, and I was leaving, sitting in the car, and all of a sudden this white van, just right in front of his house, and I was like a little sketched out. I was like, "What's going on?" This guy got out. There's 2 people in the car. One guy got out, put a sweatshirt on, started walking towards the door. There was an Amazon package there, and he's walking towards it. And all of a sudden I turn around and look at the guy that is in the van, and he goes like this and beeped the horn, and the guy that was at the door ran back to the fucking van and shroomed off. I was a hero. I have a video.
Oh, he's boosting them, huh?
He was boosted. I caught the guy who was boosting Amazon packages.
I think Amazon should have some kind of device in there that if somebody tries to do that, they get blown up.
But don't
But
you
it
think
tests like
you
somehow
can really
it's,
like if Rico was an Amazon driver and I'm like his buddy, you can just be like, hey, and Amazon will just send you another one. Like if you just go and be like, hey, take.
Oh,
like,
yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. They'll just keep.
Are you guys fucking Amazon guys? Like, are you
Oh,
like
yeah, it's all
hardcore?
wife is.
I'm just so bad with shopping. If I remember something quickly, I'll just buy it on Amazon quickly. Like,
You know
if
what
I
the
have a hot-
you know where I noticed different things though, and I don't do it enough. I was in Dick's and grabbed a one of those
Got it.
holders. I grabbed one of those. I was picking up golf balls. I grabbed one of those holders that goes to the cart that holds your cigar. Because if you put it on the grass, little tip, it's very fucking bad for you. With the pesticides and shit that they spray on that,
Ah.
a ton of guys put it down. And if you put it in the grass and pick it back up, you're an idiot. You're like eating a lot of bad shit. And I've never done it, luckily, because I had a guy tell me like when I was young. But anyway, and I only smoke cigars on the golf course once a year, twice a year. It is what it is. But I looked at it and I was like, it was like $18 or $17 or whatever it was. I'm like, That's a little high. I typed it into Amazon. You get it for like $5.99. Now I feel bad for these stores, but like Amazon just is the best option a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you justify paying like, you know what I mean?
Furniture comes very small. If you get furniture, it's always smaller than you need.
Yeah.
And they also don't come with everything. It's always
The
boxed up.
measurements.
You know what's an underrated thing about Amazon though is you could buy food from the world, from the country. I whenever I'm out and I have a sauce that I like, order it on Amazon the next day. I got the Taco Bell Chipotle sauce recently. Texas Pete wing sauce I had recently was phenomenal. Secret Aardvark hot sauce. You get it all on Amazon. The Cento red pepper spread is great for grilled chicken and pork. I get it all on Amazon.
Where's this from?
Just places I see. They sell all the sauces on Amazon.
Oh, really?
Anything you want.
Or if you could, yeah, like he goes into a restaurant in New Orleans. Oh, hey, what do you guys? Oh, we use this.
What's your
sauce.
hot?
That is
Yeah,
Crystal
same
hot
thing.
sauce. I ordered Crystal hot. I did that.
Yeah.
Crystal hot sauce.
What's the most money you'd spend on a pillow?
$20.
Someone bought me a $350 pillow recently.
I don't know
Really?
if I'd spend that much.
I was
phenomenal.
I was going to spend a gross amount on a pillow, but
But you know
I
what?
held myself.
I say 20,
worth it.
but I
Really?
think it's worth it too because my pillow's not doing it for me.
I'm in a flat pillow stage somehow. Like I buy them fluffy, and they're a disaster right now.
And how often
Disaster.
do you overspend on something that you think you're going to use and never do? A pillow you're guaranteed to use literally every night.
I know.
You should get the pillow.
Dude, right? That's the same thing. Like I spent a lot of money on a mattress, and I'm like, man, I think I might spend a lot of money on a
Get
pillow.
the pillow, Ed. You
Yeah,
deserve it.
I think so.
Do it, Ed.
I think I might spend a lot of money on a pillow.
Do it
Colin.
in the meat locker.
We'll see. In the meat locker.
Yeah,
I think
What's
I
that?
might.
that's his
My
where his
basement.
bed is.
It's cold down
Hey, by the
there.
way, but that's a lot of questions about us.
Yeah, I want
That's
How's
what
that
I do.
doing?
I'm a question.
That's the
coming
last
out.
thing.
Eddie just brought this up to me before we started recording. The last time me and Marty saw him was during our mini golf tournament. That was that was almost a half a year ago.
Half
Yeah.
a year ago. It's a long time, honestly.
How are you
Okay, so,
doing?
well, I've seen these guys. I
When's
haven't
the
seen
finale
you.
of that coming out?
The mini golf?
I think it's on the
Ask Colin.
14th.
You still
I think
editing
it's
it,
on
Colin?
the 14th episode.
I never was.
You never were?
What's going on with you?
It's the 14th? Nothing. We're fucking ready to, ready for the end of the year.
You give me you went after you asked about me. What's going on?
Well, I mean, you're an interesting guy. You got the big deals up in
Let me tell you
February.
something.
Everyone's
a lot
making,
of people.
everyone's cracking
I
jokes.
wouldn't have been able to go through what me and Ria went through. So I'm gonna say that.
You're
But
what?
I don't think a lot of people would have been able to handle
What you went
what
through?
we went through. But what about you? How is everything after Dave's show?
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think.
fine.
I don't think.
I
anything-
honestly, I'm just saying. You know how it is. Everyone here's dealt with Dave enough, for sure.
I don't think Rico has.
Rico has.
Did you ever get the wrath?
I've gone on the ref
The
a
Glenny
few
Ball.
times. The Glenny Ball was terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. I was a baby. That was terrifying.
But didn't they like bait you into creating this? Like, didn't they think it was kind of funny?
Glenny was asking Mo Vaughn.
Trust me,
to
I was
come.
definitely. I love the idea.
He was what?
Mo Vaughn was
Right,
coming.
No,
I
but
love
like,
the idea.
were you the one
Who are
sending
some
out?
celebrities that
Wait,
were
you
coming?
had
Mo
access.
Vaughn, Baron Davis, Seth Rogen, Adam Sandler, Bill Burr,
No, but who answered?
David Wells.
You had access to the main
Dude, I guess
account.
David Wells.
Yeah,
is a
they
great
were-
guy.
Goes to show you how far. Like, but it was your idea, or didn't somebody like
It was-
think like, oh, you know, it'd be a kick. Like,
It
you
was
start a birthday
someone we don't
party.
talk about anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Bubbly Gang.
Yeah.
I also had a.
Oh, I thought it
honestly,
was,
honestly, the most mad I think I've ever seen Dave at me, which is totally warranted. This is also like when I first met him. I'm a Mets fan. Paul Duca called me one day, and he asked Dave. He was like, "Go put Dave on the phone." I was like, "Holy shit, it's Paul Duca. That was expensive." And I like walked into Dave's office and said, "Dave, it's Paul Duca. I have the phone for you." And he was just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And that was probably the most mad he's ever been at me.
Yeah, you
I don't
don't
like
give
when Dave gets mad at me. I'm 6 years in. Dave scares the shit out of me. He's terrifying.
You don't give somebody
I
a hot
don't-
phone though, bro.
That's
That's a
know,
sales thing you learn.
I'm
You
well-
never worked.
I'm well aware it was stupid. I know when I do a stupid
And
thing.
you could
that was a
tell,
very
like, somebody
stupid
would
thing.
call. We work sales jobs all the time, or fucking like customer maintenance and shit like that. And the guy would call in, "Where's Eddie?" I'm like, listen, it looks like he's away from his dad. He'd be sitting right there.
Dude, I'm aware it was
saying.
stupid. I admit it was stupid. It
Also,
was,
a guy
it
like
haunts me
that,
to this day.
chances are it might be his one phone call from jail. But I mean,
All
who
right.
knows?
Either way, those.
But
those
back
are,
to
yeah.
Ed. I don't think that. I think it all. I don't think any rational person thought it was like your fault or anything. I think it was.
No,
all
so,
kinda
so
went
that,
well.
that was my point. Was like when it happened, I was like, oh, like because you. So my point was, you guys have dealt with him enough. You know how like he's very direct and to the point. He's very short, through text and everything. So I was like, oh fuck, like as long as we're fine, as long as he doesn't like fucking hate me,
The
like you know what
answers
I
is a
mean,
good thing,
like you know
too.
what I mean. And then so once I saw him and everything was like normal, I'm like, oh no, everything's cool.
That's
like,
all.
like,
That's all that matters.
That's-
Our
that's
life
all
is.
that
Our
matters.
life
No,
is
yeah,
making sure
that's
they
what
Exactly.
I
happy.
kind of
like-
was saying that
and
too.
like
I don't.
we're all everything's normal and like he's like yeah, like if I like whatever, That's all there is to it.
I'll be honest. He texted me because I went to his office like a month or two after everything with mine, and he was like, "I really appreciate." Like he texted me himself saying like, "I appreciate you coming in and talking to me." Like that feels better after you get the wrath or whatever. It's like
100%.
yeah.
That would sounds like that's
like knowing that he doesn't actually hate me is a huge thing.
Yeah, literally, our whole lives is making sure Dave Porter doesn't hate you. That's our life.
That is how you stay
literally our
good
life.
here.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So,
and Rico knows it as well too.
Tough.
Did
Tough
you have
balancing
did,
act.
You got you? Did you get your contract yet?
No.
That's also terrifying as well.
You guys gonna talk about your beef or no?
I don't.
Yeah,
think
what
we
is this
I
beef?
have a beef.
I actually don't.
It's very
I'm
simple.
just fucking around. I'm just fucking around.
He just I want him to.
There's
talk
only
about
room
college.
for one expert. They pick the expert.
Oh, you're mad
No,
because
no.
you're mad because
I-
I'm literally not.
I
It's just,
picked the expert.
how
I
it
picked
goes.
myself.
you're mad because
Yeah.
he's doing college basketball and you're not.
No,
No.
he had the chance to do it, and he said no.
There's only room for one.
There's not room for
One crown.
Anyone can do it.
Is there any chance, never say never, that you join the Round Ball show?
No, it's illegal. Until it becomes legal. I was told you could dabble a little bit as long as you hit your 15 top 20. So I've been doing the coaching stuff. Probably have one. What day is it? Monday? Probably have one tonight.
Yeah.
Do it in the car home on the way home.
Was it the white whale?
No, it's Twitter Spaces. The guy gets the guess and he just asked me for the bump, the Barstool bump. I go in there, it goes from like 400 to like 800.
So you talk to your people.
I just think I like doing it. I don't have a producer. I just figure it out, and it's fun. It's fun. College basketball is my favorite sport to watch.
Yeah.
And I got fucking the best player in the country, and he's also, I can get him to say anything. So it's amazing. Like when he predicted the score and they lost by 30. That's just not good.
That's quite a wrinkle.
Yeah.
That's quite a wrinkle to the show. All right, then. We could wrap it up.
Are we
then.
done?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
I'm enjoying it too.
It is good. It is
You
fun.
never get to chop it up anymore.
I know. That's
I like kind of
Are you-
like the being serious too.
Are you mad at me that you put me on
I don't like being
snake drafts and I opened the gate for 2-hour shows now? That you were doing a nice little 35, 40-minute thing, max, on
Well,
a snake
Ed-
draft, and now it's become like a saga. Like the Sopranos one was a
I was going
saga.
to say that Sopranos one was brutal.
What?
Hey,
No, don't say
Because you just
brutal.
made it too long, Rico.
I made it too long?
Yeah.
You were also a guest.
I know.
Eddie also, I mean, the first episode, I was on one of the first ones, drafts. No, it was one of the first ones. It was appetizers. And fifth round, I said rice ball,
You
and
mean a
he
mockery.
banned me for 3 months.
You made a mockery of the draft.
Why?
Eddie, you haven't had a Royal Crown.
Exactly.
I usually,
And then
you
I
haven't had a
won.
Royal Crown rice bowl.
Well, I thought he made a mock because we call arancinis, and I thought he was making a mockery of calling it a rice.
No,
I
I-
forgot. I thought he was fucking around.
No,
So-
and I was banned for and then I won the carnival one, and I haven't been back.
I mean,
in
I've heard arancini, but
6
rice ball's a
months.
thing.
well, you're
Can
back
I get
today.
back on one?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ban.
we'll be
I
back.
love people
We'll be back.
banning though. My dad worked somewhere that they had a death pool, celebrity death pool,
Yeah.
and the guy was mad that he didn't like get included in as like a contestant. So when somebody died, the next one they put the guy in there.
Damn.
They were like, oh, they like so Eddie drafted Glenny, and they were like, oh, you want to fucking complain you're not in? And the guy drafted Glenn, like basically he had Glenny in a death pool.
You know what my
It's
saddest
fucking
draft
nuts.
moment of all time was when we did the America draft, and you told me I couldn't do beer, but I think Carl got to pick pizza.
Did he or White Sox Dave took that?
One of them. I
I
was-
think
I was
White
told
Sox.
no
Dave-
beer,
The,
but then
the
someone else took
integrity of
pizza.
the draft, I still have a really hard time. That White Sox Dave basically took living room air conditioner 4 different times and won.
It was tough. I mean, those fuckers look to bend the rules every chance they get.
No, just the voting. Though. I think
They really
I need
do.
to know who voted, and we kicked the voters out. Like the idiots who voted in that draft, they should
Well,
be
because
banned.
we need to get it to a way where it's only the people who listen could vote, because then they would know the truth.
That's true.
Yeah,
'Cause
if you
don't
just
see
get the graphic,
or
right?
whatever.
And Ken Jack does a great job with the graphic. There's a lot of funny
Does.
inside jokes
Ken
in there
Jack-
and stuff.
Yes, Ken
but-
Jack does a great
Last,
job.
I'm interested in this.
Yes.
How do you feel about everyone moving to Chicago?
Good. I mean, it's it'll be good. The 4 of us have spent a significant amount of time together, and I think a lot of us are ready to kind of branch out and welcome new
I
people.
think you'll feel. But also, do you ever feel like you guys are on an island there, like where you think that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like there's, it's just. It's going to be good to, and it's hard to get stuff done because, there's like no business people. Like you guys could just walk upstairs and be like, hey, I want I want to do this. Which maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, we can't.
Maybe
really do
I'm
that.
wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But like I don't know.
Nice.
Like for us, it's not. Like when I come here, it's like you're like loaded up. It's like, hey, this person wants to grab you. This person wants to grab you. Like let's talk to marketing.
Because you're.
Yeah, let's talk to this person. Let's
Yeah.
talk to sales. Let's talk. You know what I mean? Like so, it'll be nice to kind of be able to work in lockstep with
Just be ready to stream.
all departments. Yeah, no, I mean, but like that'll be cool to get those opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like because like I gamble a lot, but I don't. We
Yeah.
don't really have those opportunities out there.
Because really just you that gambles there.
Yeah, I don't know. Those guys gamble to a degree. I don't know how much, but like, yeah, they definitely do. But you know, so it'll be good. No, it'll be good for sure. So
It's a while. Like we just don't really know any. Like
yeah,
people, are you going to Chicago?
Probably not. I'm
No.
be lucky to make it 2023.
Oh god.
you coming, Glenny?
I wasn't invited.
No, come on.
What? I wasn't invited.
you're
No,
No one invited
But
me.
you also don't want to go to Chicago.
I also don't want to live in Chicago. I love Chicago. It's one of my favorite cities. I would love to go there more often. But yeah, I definitely don't want to move to Chicago.
All right. Well,
Let's talk more. How much time we got?
what do you mean?
How much time? What time is
We
it?
got like 10 minutes.
We got time. We can keep
Let's
going.
talk about life, dude.
What do you want to talk about? Bring
Anything.
something up.
You cook something. You're the host.
Yeah, I know. I just I exhausted all my topics.
Anybody watch Love is Blind?
No.
I watched a little bit of it.
No?
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, fucking Nickelback, dude.
Oh, cool. We can talk about it.
Yeah. You go on this. Were you mad at me that I brought that up in the rundown? I think you're living a great life. I think that's good. I think you should be proud of that.
How did you get hooked up with that?
So I posted. Yeah.
I didn't say that in a bad
No,
way.
it's
I
been
was
fun.
like,
No,
that's
it's-
cool. Like I said that I was like, you have the best life at Barstool right now, and I think that's awesome.
How did you do that? How did you swing that?
Okay, so on Only Stands, we had Ruby Rose, a wonderful queen, twerk to Nickelback, and then we also talked about Nickelback with Sky Bree and her wonderful friend Rara, and Tommy's dead again, and so then probably like 2 months ago, I was in Tampa visiting my buddy at the bar, like 1 a.m. I look at my Instagram and I have a DM from Nickelback, and I was like, holy fuck, why is Nickelback doing me right now? And it was just a message being like, oh, hey, here's so-and-so with the Nickelback, great guy, I just don't want to say his name, I don't know if he say his name publicly. Hey, I'm so-and-so, work with Nickelback on the management team, we saw your videos, thought they were great, wanted to invite you, Rara and Sky, we're actually going on tour soon to a show, send you some merch, so whenever you guys are, I'll send you the schedule when we get the shows, whenever you guys want to come out, we'll love to have you out. Turns out they were doing shows in Saturday in Jersey. I was with Dana, though, and then Sunday in Connecticut. And I was like, dude, I will absolutely drive to Connecticut on Sunday. Why not? It's fucking Nickelback. I'm not going to say no. And Nickelback's truly top 3, top 5 band of mine. I love Nickelback. So then they also came. They were coming, then coincidentally, they were coming in that Thursday before for On the Guest List or Barstool Backstage. I don't know what the hell it's called, frankly. If they only get 2 names. And KFC. And Dante was nice enough to invite me in because all day I was stressing out. I was like, if I'm meeting them on Sunday, I feel like I got to do the intro on Thursday. That would be weird if I didn't do the intro on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then thankfully Dante invited me in here, came in, and then Kroger was the man, super nice. And then he mentioned singing Nickelback. Mentioned singing Rockstar on stage. He was like, oh, every show we do like a Rockstar karaoke. And I was like, yeah, I'm totally down. Didn't think he was fucking serious at all.
That's crazy.
And then the manager told me to text him day of just to set up, go to the show. I figured we'll go, maybe meet Kroger, have a few drinks, whatever. So either way, totally down for that. Then we go. I text him, oh, just got to the hotel now. He just says, great, get there around like 8-ish. But you got to talk to Chad about Rockstar. And I was like, are you fucking serious right now? I still have no idea if you're serious or not. We go down there, meet the guy, head down to the green room. Eventually, the Kroger man walks in, the king, the literally fucking Chad Kroger. Amazing. Walks in, just comes right up to me, and he starts talking about how we're going to do Rockstar. And then I kind of said it. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Not only am I about to sing in front of 4,500 people, it's going to be with fucking Nickelback. I instantly got terrified. But he did a good job of, like, calming me down, saying it's just lyrics are up there. It's basically just karaoke. I'll lead you on. And I was like, okay, Kroger's got my back. Instantly went up to my hotel room, grabbed so much vodka, and just started
you
slugging
can't
it.
mess that
You
up,
knew you
though.
had to get the video
And
too,
started
though, right?
slugging it. Yeah, so I made my buddy who I was there
Yeah,
with.
you had to
I made my
get
buddy who
that.
I was there with who, let me tell you, one of my best friends, not good with technology. So I was like, dude, you have to make sure you film this.
Yeah.
Please make sure. He luckily filmed the whole thing, went straight upstairs, got a bunch of vodka. And this was also halfway through the concert, so I couldn't enjoy the first half of the concert. And then they called me up. I did it. It was fucking a lot of fun. Halfway through, I'm finally buzzed, and I'm just like, look at my left. I'm like, holy shit, that's Chad Kroger right there. That's fucking
insane.
wild.
Yeah.
Now, there's a theory being floated on the content floor because I think Nickelback gets it. Do you think because somebody said, oh yeah, Glenny's going to perform with Billy Joel at one point. You think Billy Joel gets it enough? I think he's down to earth, but I don't think he's in tune like that.
I think he's no disrespect, Bill, if you're happy to be watching.
Too
this.
big, right?
I think he's no. Well, I was gonna, yes. I mean, he's definitely too big. It's
Yeah.
Joel. But also, I don't know if like he would even if like his manager was like, oh hey, this would be great if you sang with him because he's on. I think he'd be like too old to like even like know what it is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, obviously it's, you. If I sing with Billy Joel on stage at the Garden, I'll kill myself afterwards.
No, yeah, you almost shouldn't do it
Straight up.
because you can't get better than that.
But obviously that's never gonna happen.
And
I
you
mean,
wrote
it's
that
Billy
blog.
Joel.
It's weird to know that you've peaked.
It is. It was like I woke up the next morning and I said to myself, "That's like it's so weird now. Like
It's almost depressing.
It is kind of sad.
Like, I have nothing
I'll
else to
never.
look
I'll
forward
never
to.
reach that again.
No, but it's so cool that it happened. I was genuinely happy for you.
Fucking
'cause
Kroger.
I know how.
Nickelback. I've been listening to Nickelback since I was like 10.
Real quick, Ed. Weddings in the Midwest. You been to a couple?
I have,
Is there seating arrangements? Seating assignments?
of course.
Okay.
A lot of
For the most part, I mean, for the
Like
most
cash
part.
bars.
For the most part. Or it's typically like you get a number, you get a table.
We went to
I should say.
Hardy's wedding in Nashville, right?
Mm-hmm.
No seating. It's just open seating, whoever you want. There's no just like, hey, we're having dinner.
Not even a table number. You didn't get like a
No table
nine?
number. It's just if you want to sit down at a table, you sit down at a table.
I think that could be really good or really bad.
It was good for me because obviously it's not like I don't really know everyone
Yeah,
there. It was, and there was no like when you have the sign seating, they bring over what do you want to eat, and you have that dinner that everyone goes. It was just like a couple stations you could eat whenever you want.
Yeah, the wedding I went to in Louisiana in June was the exact same thing. So I guess it's like a Southern thing.
I was stunned.
But
and also, there's no you don't in Southern. You don't bring cards of money.
I brought a card of money.
Did they do the dollar dance there?
Wait, so what'd you give?
You
What's
were
the
so
dollar
stupid.
dance?
So I have gone
Big
to some
Greek
southern
thing.
What'd you give?
Illinois
Yeah.
weddings, and they did that. So sorry.
What was your gift?
Well, he texted me a week before and so I had a card and then there was nowhere to put the card. So then I didn't know what to do and I texted him. He's like, "Oh yeah, there's like a registry, but I didn't send you. I don't give a fuck about you." He's rich.
I was about to
He's
say, what
famous.
do you bring to a rich famous
Yeah,
guy's
it's
wedding?
like, I mean, it was a legit celebrity
But
wedding.
I will also say that I feel like that sounds a lot better for you people watch this may be shocked. I prefer to drink than eat. I feel like that when you describe what I went to in Louisiana, it's way more focused on the drinking. And then if you want to get a little hungry, you grab some food, sit down for 10 minutes and eat. And it's more of just a drinking wedding.
Yes, because
Well, I think too though, but the seating's like, if you don't want people comfortable, you want them to have fun. So
That's
like
what I'm
if
saying.
all right,
Yes.
well, I'm gonna sit here with my Uncle Eddie and I'm gonna hang out, you know, and like we'll talk for sure, you know, and like the next thing you know, like two really fun people are sitting at a table for 45 minutes. You know, I think you just mix it up. So like, all right, Glenny's one of my good college friends, a couple high school friends. Put them. This one work guy was really good. Like, set that table good. Set this table like really good. Or like they do it where they don't know anybody and they're gonna end up seeing each other on the dance floor. You make it so that they can't sit at their table.
But I
they
like
want to go
this
hang
one.
out on the dance floor. You know
That's
what I mean?
why I like this one because you don't have to sit for dinner. It's just like everyone's standing up. Everyone, if you want to go eat, you go get your food, and then there's no like, okay, you have to sit and then watch everyone.
Was there
go
speeches and
dance.
shit?
There were speeches, yeah, just out of nowhere. Like there was no plan. It just happened right away. There was tattoo artists though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you get one?
No. I was thinking about it, but there was so many people were getting them.
Big line, huh?
Big line. I thought he would
Free?
sing. Huh?
Free tattoos?
Free tattoos.
Just like a tip jar or something?
I thought.
You don't want to sing at your own wedding.
No, I heard people sing. Like you sing to your wife. I don't know.
Maybe. We had a girl growing up. We had a Sweet 16. And she sang her Sweet 16.
How was that?
That's wild.
Pretty fucking awkward. She sang Firework to her boyfriend. It was one of my best friends. It was,
Oh
God.
man.
like, I remember, it was at Roosters on the Bay. I remember there was smoke everywhere.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
what are you doing?
Yo, Sweet 16s need to be like.
Dude.
So it's weird though, because then that show, I feel like that show was really staged. But like, it's one of my families. This is so niche and down like a fucking rabbit hole. There was a guy named. All right, everyone know the kid. He's kind of blowing up. He's been here a few times. Eric D'Alessandro.
Yeah.
Okay, he did a video. The name of the show was on Staten Island, like public access. Wasn't even on cable. It's called the Joey G Making Memories Show. And it was basically, they would do people's weddings. They would do like bar mitzvahs. Sometimes they would do a kid's birthday. A kid I played Little League with, they had his birthday party. Like it was basically, they'll just put anything on there. they put Sweet 16s on the thing. And, like, when we would sit there and watch it as a start, and, like, if you saw the girl went to, like, a good high school, you're like, they're going to behave. It's not going to be boring. But when you saw some of these, like, trashy high schools and their friends, you're like, oh, it's going to be a good one. No, Glenny, no joke. This is back when they passed the camera around. The one kid, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in a 5-minute span. They bring the grandma, because the grandma is always the 16th candle, usually a dead grandma, even if she's alive. It's fucking crazy. And they bring, because they do the candles. So, like, all right, my first candle is for my parents, and then your aunt. And it's all inside jokes, and it's super awkward. But anyway, they bring the grandma up. She's all the way in the back. She's 114 years old. Takes her 20 minutes to walk up. Then they're passing the camera around. This kid is, like, in a wife beater and, like, a tie around his head. And he's like, yo, Constantino, you look beautiful. Remember when we hooked up? Like, right into the camera. And then fucking, it was unbelievable. It's just like, it was a shit show. You would just,
16s were
it was unbelievable. You see, like, the dad, and Eric made a video making fun of this. And, like, it's all the stereotypes. Like, I know I'm from Staten Island. I work sanitation. You're wondering how I paid for this party. He's like, don't ask questions. Like, he's doing, it's a very, very funny, like, niche thing. But Sweet 16s on Staten Island all the time.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about. I mean, I was talking to somebody from Georgia recently about Sweet 16s, actually. And basically, Sweet 16s got me and my friends, like, through sophomore, junior year of high school.
Oh, yeah.
That's all you did was look forward to the Sweet 16s.
Because that's when you
I
have
don't know
nothing.
if the whole country
Yeah.
had the Sweet 16.
Freshman year,
we didn't have those.
And that was before I started
Yeah,
drinking.
Midwest,
That was before I
no.
started drinking, too.
if you're a girl, like,
Is that
if
a
you're
world thing?
No,
like my
that's what I'm
cousin,
saying. They go
like
from
my
Georgia to
cousins,
know.
or if you're a girl, like, you're going Eddie every weekend.
It's basically a wedding, too.
Oh, it's
A lot
And
of
they have, like,
16s
these bridal
basically
parties. Like,
I mean,
they-
I
it's-
watched the show. I knew it was a thing, but we.
Well, they did a
I didn't
few
know
on
you
Staten
didn't
Island.
have it?
Yeah, you spend as
Oh,
much as on a
like-
wedding.
Oh,
People
it's
on
so
Sweet 16s,
big,
it was
bro.
crazy.
Like, that was the best thing, like, try and sneak in Four Locos and,
like I was a bitch at the time. I didn't drink yet. Everybody was smashed. I was also pussy making out. I didn't make out with anybody or drink a Sweet 16. I was a fucking dork. But like there was like grind lines at these family Sweet 16s.
Yeah, no, there were people. I was not
smashed.
I wasn't grinding either, like Glenn, but people
Well,
were
that's
grind.
right. The grind guy left the show. He has a stomach ache. Tommy Smokes was crying for all of us.
But people would be like, those people were throwing up on the floor, like, because you obviously don't know how to drink yet.
It's
And
crazy.
it's like, Sweet 16.
I mean, we even had one on Long Island here. We all took a limo to the rented out club in Manhattan, and Mike Stud performed at it.
This is crazy.
Shout out
Shout out Mike. I
love
tell him all
Mike.
every time we hang out now. He
Mike's
remembers
the
it.
most
Yeah,
underrated
people spend
person
as much
ever.
on a wedding as a Sweet 16. It's crazy.
I
Then they have
was
like a
tired
dais. They have like a bride. Like you were in the dais. It's crazy.
That's some fucking Jersey, Long Island shit.
Staten Island, too.
Island shit.
by it. Long Island.
Nuts.
Unreal.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
fucking love you guys. You know what I enjoyed about today? We talked about friendship a lot.
We
A lot
did.
of friendship. A lot of friendship.
I
A
love
lot of
you,
friendship. A
Rico.
lot of.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
All right,
That was
see,
nice. That was nice.
We
A lot of
needed
friendship.
Beef squash.
That was nice. Beef squash. Beef squash. Love you guys.
I
All
love
right.
you guys.
Barstool
I
should
love
have
it.
a contest. The experiences. We should do that tonight. We'll host your Sweet 16 balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy's connections.
I don't think we can afford
That would be
those
an
16s.
unbelievable fucking like party.
That would be fun.
That's why I wish they Smitty let us have his wedding. Remember that?
Oh, that would have been crazy.
And Nate as his best
the
man.
dog.
The shit that's insane. Like,
Him and the dog.
Imagine that best man speech.
That would've
The dog walking down with Smitty
Unbelievable.
with Smitty's like sister walking down the aisle.
That would have been
Smitty's wife's sister.
unbelievable.
I kind of want to know like what would have been planned that start to finish.
Ugh, would have been unbelievable.
Incredible.
Instead of the photo booth, they have like a shower. You go in there and take a picture. Like,
It would have been
scratching
incredible,
yourself.
dude. It would have been incredible.
It's unbelievable.
All right, then.
All right.
Thank you, boys. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for watching. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.